In this video, we are going to see how to create tasks in Google Tasks from new Todoist Tasks, which means that every time a new task is created in Todoist, which is a task management software, now what you want is to create the same task in Google Tasks so that it can automatically be shown in your Google Calendar as well. It can be created as an event there. Now to do this, you have to integrate the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here your trigger application would be Todoist and your action application will be Google Task. Now how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options: sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in. As I do that, here we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. And here we have reached a dashboard. Again, on the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. As I click on this, so a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. You can give any random name. Here my objective is to create Google Task list on new Todoist task. Now here my objective is to create Google Task on new Todoist task. So every time a task is created in Todoist, then automatically I want that task to be created in Google Task. I'm going to click on create. And as I do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now in this integration, my trigger application will be Todoist. Let's click on this. Now the trigger event, so this is the event that will make my workflow run. This would be new task. So as soon as we do that, here we can see that we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Todoist with Pabbly Connect. So first we have to log into our Todoist account, and then we have to click on create a new app button at the app management console. So I'm going to click on this hyperlink given. And here you can see there's an option to create a new app. Let's click on this. Let's say the name of my app here is new app 123. Let's click on create app. Now here we are going to scroll down and click on create test token. So this is our access token that we have received. Now here what we have to do is we have to paste the webhook URL that we had just copied. And now here for the watched events, I am going to click on item added. So I'm going to select this. Here you can see it is written that you have to click on create test token button. Now in the bottom section, you can find the webhook setup area, put the above URL and opt item added option there and click activate webhook button. So here once done, let's click on activate webhook. And here we can see webhook successfully configured. Going back to Pabbly Connect, it is asking me to do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response, which basically means that I have to create a task in Todoist. So taking you back to Todoist, here I'm going to click on add task. So let's say the name of the task is team meeting. Now what is the description? Question on targets. And now what is the due date? Let's say the due date is 21st and it is a high priority thing. Now again here, if you wish to give a label, you can do that. Add extensions, you can do that. If you want to edit task actions, you can do that as well. I am quickly going to click on add task, and here you can see task added to inbox. Okay. So going back to Pabbly Connect, let's see if we have received the API response, and yes, we have received. So here, let's go down. This is the initiator's full name. This is the initiator's email. Then what is the name of the event? Item added. Then again, as I take you down, this is the event data URL. And here you can see what is the due date, which is February 21. This is the full format of due date. Here is the description and here is the content. And once we have received this, what is my objective? That a task should be created in Google Task. So my action application now would be Google Task. So let's click on this. Now the action event here would be to create task. Let's click on connect. Here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with Google Task account. So I'm going to click on add new connection, sign in with Google. And here we have to select the account. Once done, we have to provide it the access. Let's click on allow. And here you can see that the authorization is successful. So once this is done, now I have to map this information. So here you can see this is my Google Task account, and here the name of the list is my task. Now here I can create a new list as well. Also here we have to add a task. So once this integration is done, automatically the task would be added here. So here my task has been captured. What is the task title? So I'm going to name it as, let me take you down, team meeting. This is my task title. Now what did I do here? I have mapped this information. How? Mapping is basically that I already have this information in the previous step and I'm just going to retrieve it the way I did it here. This is important so that every time the workflow runs, new data can be taken into account. If I had written this manually, so it would have been stuck with the manually written data. Now the notes. So I'm going to add description here. So this is description. Then comes the due date. Here you can see that we need the due date in this format, but we had received our due date in this format in the response that we had received above. So we basically need to change the format. Here I'm going to add an action step, which is a feature by Pabbly known as date time formatter. And now the action event here would be format date with time zone. Let's click on connect. And now here you can see that first of all we have to map the date that is supposed to be formatted, which here is this. Then what is the format? It is in year, month and date. So this is in year, month, date format. Then what format do I need to change it in? This format. Okay. And then the time zone. So it is supposed to be changed from Kolkata to UTC. So let's click on this, click on save and send test request. And yes, here you can see that we have received our date in the required format. Now here in Google Tasks, I'm quickly going to refresh the connection by selecting the existing connection. And here I'm going to map the due date by going to step 2. This is the due date. Once done, let's click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here we have received our API response according to which a task must be created in Google Tasks. Let's go and check the same. And yes, here you can see team meeting. This particular task has been created, right? This basically means that our integration process is a success, but we also need to check this in real time. So I'm again going to go to Todoist, and here I'm going to add another task. Let's say the task is new demo task. Okay, I'm just writing a random name. What is the description? Demo description. Now what is the date? It is, let's say it is 16th, and priority is medium. And now I'm going to click on add task. So here the task has been added, and here you can see new demo task has been created. The due date is February 15th. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application is Todoist, where the event is new task, and our action application is Google Task, where the event is create task. Here we had chosen a feature by Pabbly which was date time formatter to format the date. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.